format of this meeting is going to be different. Most of us are quite accustomed to meetings that we have in Malaysia. I've been part of the organizing committees of so many other international meetings in Malaysia, and you will realize at the end of this meeting is going to be different. I took some time to assimilate the fact that it's going to be held in a different format, in an interactive format, and all of y'all are VIPs, all of y'all are speakers, all of y'all speak to each other. It's not going to be the typical forum whereby one guy speaks, you listen, you ask them.
Good morning, and hopefully that woke everybody up. So welcome to Sinus Forum Asia. And you heard a little bit about what this meeting is, and I'm going to go into a little bit more detail for those of you who've never been part of it. The video you just saw were snippets of previous sinus forums that we've had, and you can see what that's all about. A lot of surgery, a lot of interaction, microphones were all over the place for a reason. But before we get there, I'd have to thank the people who made this possible, who are on the planning committee. And when you do a meeting of this type from halfway around the world, you really need to have friends and colleagues who you can trust and who trust you, because it's a lot of work and there's many miles between. So I couldn't have this happen without Kuljit and Howard and Ray on the physician planning committee, and then Cyril and Wendy, who are our non-physician planning members. Minimally invasive concepts, just the ideas about where we are in rhinology. Well, what is the state of rhinology in 2010? Where are we? It took about 10 years to get this concept across to people, that minimally invasive rhinology was really a good thing, and it was really begun by Ruben Setliff back in 1996, where he really made an impact with some of the concepts that he had. The definition of what maximal medical therapy is has come under considerable question. What does it mean? What does it mean to each of you? We have a whole session on that, because it can mean so much to one person and something totally different to another. What are the right outcome metrics to define success with our patients? Is it a CAT scan? Is it a SNOT 20 metric? Is it just how the patient feels? I mean, what should we really be looking for? Or is it a metric yet to be defined? And are the indications for surgery changing as we have newer technology that makes surgery safer? Earlier, maybe targeted intervention in select cases. And we're going to talk about that today and tomorrow and the next day. Is there a difference between minimal access and minimally invasive surgery? Minimal access means obviously...
And here you could see the now ability to get that guide into the infundibulum, to again work at the concept of preserving tissue, minimizing the trauma as this can do, and also some of the issues we come up.
Like some people would, I don't know.
Anyone from the audience or panel wish to comment? Yes, Retna.
Yeah, I believe in polyps, it's a mucosal disease. So it is not a structural disease. So we have to preserve the mucosa. Like Dr. Carney said, that it is not because of the structure, but it is the inflammation of the mucosa that makes the polyp growth. So why we perform the extensive surgery in polyps? Kuljit said to me that he performed the sinuplasty in the nasal polyps, and it shows a great result. It is because it is a mucosal disease, so we have to preserve the mucosa. So we have to wait. So if you find a big polyps, so do just the airway restorations. Let the patient breathe well, and if there is a block of the ventilation of the sinuses, just open the sinuses. Just open the ostium, not doing the extensive surgery.
You know, as I'll reveal my age.
When I was told that we had to ventilate the sinus, that you ventilate or aerate it, in my mind, that meant there was robust, there was flow in there. I mean, when you breathe in or breathe out, whatever, there would be actually air that went into the sinus. And that's what my concept that I kind of had that we were trying to get across. If you go back to Nyack's, in one of his first two articles that he wrote, he actually had a drawing in there, and he kind of demonstrated what he thought was going on theory-wise. And he had this drawing where he said,